Senators Amabile, Baisley, Ball, Bridges, Bright, Carson, Catlin, Cutter,
Excused.
Danielson, Doherty, Exum,
Excused.
Frizzell, Gonzalez,
Excused.
Hendrickson, Judah, Kip, Kirkmeyer, Kolker, Liston,
Excused.
Lundin, Marchman,
Excused.
Michelson Genet, Mullica, Pelton B, Pelton R, Rich, Roberts, Rodriguez, Rodriguez, Simpson, Snyder, Sullivan, Wallace, Weissman, Winter, Liston, Mr. President.
Let's do this. The morning roll call is 31 present, 0 absent, 4 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Baisley, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. Members and everyone present, would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the journal. Senator Weissman.
Thank you and good morning, Mr. President. I move that the Journal of yesterday, Tuesday, the 29th of April, be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. There we go. The ayes have it, though, and that motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Correctly printed, Senate Bill 319, 320, and 321. Correctly engrossed, Senate Bill 7, 17, 48, 165, 272, 281, 286, 297, 302, 308, 310, 311, 312, 313, 314, 315, and 317. Correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bill 163, 284, 288, and 289. Correctly revised, House Bill 1026, 1062, 1082, 1097, 1149, 1167, 1213, 1215, 1275, 1299, and 1300. Correctly re-revised, House Bill 1183, 1250, and 1273.
Mr. Schaffler, please add Senator Gonzalez to the roll. Committee reports.
Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1284 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations. Committee on Finance. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1268 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1269 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1315 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1319 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1313 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1153 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations. Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1001 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1039 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1083 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1088 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1094 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1098 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1122 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1163 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1198 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1267 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1274 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1281 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1293 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. House Bill 1318 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar.
Mr. Schaffler, please add Senators Marchman and Cutter to the roll. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege.
The motion is the Senate proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We'll proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege. Madam President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Members, today is Israeli Memorial Day, and tonight begins Israeli Independence Day. And we have members of the Israeli American community here with us today to celebrate and commemorate. It's always a difficult time because we start with the sadness and the grief of how many have given their life for our freedom, and then we celebrate our freedom. This is a complicated time in our region, and I recognize that and honor that, and also ask that we think about all of the people in the region and pray for peace. Thank you.
Very good. Further moments of personal privilege. Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I request a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. I'm thrilled to announce that we have a special visitor in the lobby today from our friends at HCA Health One and Rose Hospital, which is in my district. Ralphie, a 4-year-old lab retriever mix, will be accompanied by her handler, Casey Goober, who's also the president and CEO of Rose Hospital. Ralphie's part of the Canine Companions Therapy Dog Program at Rose. She accompanies Casey to work 3 to 4 days a week, trained to provide comfort and affection during challenging situations and challenging times like these ones. So when you have a moment, please stop by in the lobby to say hello and give a warm welcome to Ralphie and Casey.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Schaffler, please add Senator Exum to the roll. Senator Danielson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, my friend Mark and I are here to ask that you participate in the end of session Capitol Food Drive. There's just a week left, folks, and for all those of you in the lobby paying attention to what we're saying, just on a positive note, there's a QR code on this little flyer. If you don't have any cash, contribute what you can. The second piece is House Services said we could collect the food items if you'd rather bring in some food items to the 3rd floor House Services room. I think it's 307, just inside the door. Just please don't bring expired items. I would really be grateful for the contribution and just keep us thinking about positive things as we head into the nasty end of the session. Thank you.
Senator Catlin.
Mr. President, I ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'm down here today to remind you that there are people out there that need help, and we're probably not able to reach some of them. So this is an opportunity for us to put out a hand of help up. There are some times in lives where it just didn't end up right to where you could go to the grocery store or go get the groceries that you think that you know you're going to need. The food banks in my communities offer a lot of service to a lot of people. Not just food, but sometimes holding a hand when someone comes in and they're so shook up that they have to be there. That they hold their hand and say, it's fine, we've got the food, you're going to be okay. The idea of telling someone you're going to be okay is powerful. So today, I'm going to ask you if you will help tell somebody they're going to be okay. My co-friend or my friend, she brought an old jar. I'm a believer in those old-time things. I'm going to put $20 in to help somebody to say, you're going to be okay. Please donate, folks. Please. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Look at those live donations.
Thank you.
Further moments of personal privilege. Seeing none, Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay over special order second reading of bills till tomorrow, May the 1st.
The motion to deliver special order second bills calendar Thursday, May 1st, 2025. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Yeah. Wow. The ayes have it, though, and the special order second reading of bills calendar will deliver until Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Third reading of bills, consent calendar. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of all the bills on the consent calendar.
Mr. President, there has been a request to pull Senate Bill 310 off of the consent calendar and place it on third reading of bills at the bottom of the list. So I make that motion before, so I won't read it off. Do I have to do a motion or? Okay. So on that, Mr. President, I move that we pass all the bills on third reading of bills final passage consent calendar, which is
Senate Bill 281 by Senators Carson and Snyder concerning careless driving resulting in serious bodily injury. Senate Bill 302 by Senators Kipp and Simpson and Representatives Garcia and Zakai concerning extending the Achieving a Better Life Experience state income tax deduction. Senate Bill 308 by Senators Amabile and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Taggart and Sirota concerning measures related to certain state medical assistance program federal authorizations and in connection therewith. Funding services from savings realized from state medical assistance program, federal authorizations, and making and reducing appropriations. Senate Bill 311 by Senators Amabile and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Byrd and Taggart concerning the balances of inactive cash funds. Senate Bill 312 by Senators Amabile and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Byrd and Sirota concerning the use of money received from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund and in connection therewith transferring the unspent state money that refinanced the money received from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund, repealing the requirement for recruitment of healthcare professionals funded with refinanced money and making and reducing appropriations. Senate Bill 317 by Senator Kirkmeyer and Bridges and Representatives Byrd and Taggart concerning the transfer of interest and income derived from the deposit and investment of money in certain cash funds into the general fund. House Bill 1082 by Representatives Weinberg and Brown and Senators Peltonar and Michelson-Janae concerning authorizing certain individuals to complete transactions related to death certificates and in connection therewith making an appropriation. House Bill 1215 by Representatives Taggart and Joseph and Senators Bridges and Kirkmeyer concerning the redistribution of the lottery fund and in connection therewith modifying the distributions of lottery fund money for the Public School Capital Construction Assistance Fund, the Wildlife Cash Fund, and the Parks and Outdoor Recreation Cash Fund, making new distributions to the Outdoor Equity Fund, a new Outdoor Recreation Economic Development Cash Fund, and a new Strategic Outdoor Recreation Management and Infrastructure Cash Fund, making additional transfers to the Outdoor Recreation Economic Development Cash Fund, and making an appropriation. House Bill 1275 by Representatives Soper and Zakai and Senators Weissman and Frizzell concerning misconduct by crime laboratory employees and in connection therewith requiring a crime laboratory employee to report misconduct, requiring notifying criminal defendants and victims of misconduct, creating a process for a person to seek post-conviction relief based on a claim of misconduct by a crime laboratory employee and making an appropriation. House Bill 1299 by Representatives Duran and Armagost and Senators Roberts and Peltonar concerning a voluntary contribution of all or a portion of an income tax refund as a donation to the Animal Protection Fund and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for passage of all the bills on third reading of bills, final passage, consent calendar, which is Senate Bill 281, Senate Bill 302, Senate Bill 308, Senate Bill 311, Senate Bill 312, Senate Bill 317, Senate Bill 1082, Senate Bill 1215, Senate Bill 1275, House Bill 1082, House Bill 1215, House Bill 1275, and House Bill 1299.
Very good. Is there any discussion on any of the bills? There is discussion. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I rise today to speak about Senate Bill 281. It's the first bill on the consent calendar. I didn't want this to go through the Senate without some discussion about the subject matter of that bill. And one of the most difficult committee hearings that I've ever sat through during my time in the legislature in the Senate Judiciary Committee a few weeks ago. First, I need to extend my thanks to the good senators from Manitou Springs and Highlands Ranch for taking on this subject. It's a subject I've long been interested in, but have honestly been a little intimidated bringing forward in this building, given certain interests in the lobby that are opposed to increasing penalties for behavior that's contained in this bill. And it happened again in this bill, unfortunately. The introduced version of the bill would have made sure that careless driving resulting in killing somebody wasn't still the only crime in our statutes that involves somebody being killed that isn't treated as a felony. Unfortunately, this bill is going to move forward today, keeping that a misdemeanor. There were some amendments that were adopted in the Senate Judiciary Committee in order to move the bill forward that I found particularly challenging, and I ended up being the only no vote in committee for that reason, not because I didn't agree with the intent of the bill or even the amendments. But the sponsors have worked, and they added some amendments in the Appropriations Committee, so we didn't really get to talk about them on the floor. That's why I wanted to rise today. The bill moving forward does make some positive impacts for our state. First, it makes sure that if you are careless driving and you kill multiple people, that each person seriously injured or killed will be treated as a separate charge, which is how most other statutes handle multiple victims. It also makes sure that this is a Victims' Rights Act eligible crime if it happens. And they added a safety clause so that this goes into effect immediately. I think a very appropriate use of a safety clause. But I know the sponsors are committed to this. The good senator from Manitou Springs and the good senator from Highlands Ranch want to continue work on this. We have to continue work on this. We heard testimony from prosecutors in our state who see a hole in our statutes that they are not able to adequately charge crimes that come into their office. We heard from a variety of folks, but I will probably always remember the testimony of the parents of Oliver Stratton, Ollie, a 10-year-old up in Larimer County who was killed when a driver who was texting and driving for 30 minutes all the way home ran this 10-year-old boy down with her car. And she was charged with a misdemeanor. There's a certain interest in the lobby that will fight incredibly hard against making this a felony. But I ask this body, as we continue and prepare for our work next year, to think about that over this interim period. That if you can be completely distracted driving a thousands and thousands of pound machine that can kill 10-year-olds on their bikes, whether that should only be counted as a misdemeanor. Thank you to the good senators for bringing Senate Bill 281. Thank you for the work that you've gotten. I am going to very enthusiastically switch my no vote to a yes vote today, but it is with the expectation and commitment from many that we need to keep working on this. Thank you.
Further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of all the bills on third reading of the bill's consent calendar. Are there any no votes? Senator Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would appreciate being counted as a no vote on the following 5 bills: Senate Bill 308, Senate Bill 311, Senate Bill 317, House Bill 1215, and House Bill 1299.
Senator Baisley will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1299, 1215, Senate Bill 317, Senate Bill 311, and Senate Bill 308.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Senator Rich.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308.
Senator Rich will be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308. Senator Carson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308, Senate Bill 311, Senate Bill 317, and House Bill 1215.
Senator Carson will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1215, Senate Bill 317, Senate Bill 311, and Senate Bill 308. Senator Bright.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308.
Senator Bright will be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 308, Senate Bill 312, 317, and House Bill 1215.
Senator Liston will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1215, also Senate Bill 317, Senate Bill 312, and Senate Bill 308. With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 281 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senators Golker, Amabile, Mullica, Marchman, Judah, Weissman, Gonzalez, Michelson Janae, Ball, Exum, Frizzell, Pelton R. God bless you. Liston, Bridges, Mr. Minority Leader, Pelton B., Simpson, Catlin, Kirkmeyer, Baisley, Bright, Cutter, Wallace, please add the president. With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 302 is passed. Co-sponsors. Please add Senators Gonzalez and Judah as co-sponsors, as well as Wallace, Marchman, Amabile, Cutter, with a vote of 30 ayes, 5 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 308 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senators Mullica, Catlin, Exum, Judah, with a vote of 33 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 311 is passed. Co-sponsors: with a vote of 34 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 312 is passed. Co-sponsors: with a vote of 32 ayes, 3 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 317 is passed. Co-sponsors: with a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1082 is passed. Co-sponsors: Is that a hand up, Senator Cutter? Please add Senator Cutter as a co-sponsor. With a vote of 32 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1215 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators Amabile, Roberts, Wallace, Henriksen, Marchman, Cutter, Exum. With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1275 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Gonzalez, Wallace, Kipp, Judah, Marchman, Cutter, Amabile, Kirkmeyer, Sullivan, Exum, Mullica, Roberts, Carson, Pelton R., Doherty, Liston, Baisley, Pelton B., Snyder, Ball. Please add the president. With a vote of 34 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1299 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Carson, Kipp, Judah, Wallace, Cutter. This is 1299. Bridges. With a vote of. Oh, that was it. Third reading of bills. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay over House Bill 1213 to the end of the calendar.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1213 to the end of the third reading calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, I thought you moved. Oh, I thought you moved. That's why I said that. It's okay, sir. House Bill 1213 will lay over to the end of the third reading of the bill's final passage calendar.
Yes. So 1213 to
Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1097.
House Bill 1097 by Representatives Gilchrist and Froelich and Senators Michelson, Janae, and Doherty concerning measures to support children in out-of-home placements in family-based settings through the creation of placement transition plans.
Senator Doherty.
I move House Bill 1097 on third and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1097. Are there any no votes? Senators Baisley, Carson, Rich, Frizzell. Please add, with a vote of 31 ayes, 4 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1097 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Amabile, Snyder, Winter, Judah, Kipp, Cutter. Please, Senator Exum. Gonzalez. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to House Bill 1300.
House Bill 1300 by Representatives Wilford and Senator Kipp concerning claimants' access to medical care in workers' compensation claims and in connection therewith requiring an employer or the employer's insurer to use the Division of Workers' Compensation's utilization standards and changing the mechanism by which a claimant can choose a treating physician.
Senator Kipp.
Thank you. I move HB 25-1300 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1300. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader Kirkmeyer, Frizzell, Rich, Baisley, Liston, Pelton R., Catlin, Carson, Bright, Simpson, Pelton B., Snyder. With a vote of 22 ayes, 13 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1300 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Judah, Winter, Sullivan, Weissman, Exum. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 007.
Senate Bill 007 by Senator Cutter and Marchman and Representatives Velasco and Weinberg concerning support to increase prescribed burns.
Senator Marchman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 007 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of James Bond 007. Are there any no votes? Senators Rich, Frizzell, Mr. Minority Leader, Pelton R., Carson, Pelton B., Catlin, Kirkmeyer, Liston. With a vote of 26 ayes, 9 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 007 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Roberts, Kipp, Exum, Michelson Janae. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 17.
Senate Bill 17 by Senators Cutter and Judah and Representatives Joseph and Sakai concerning measures to support early childhood health by integrating early childhood health care systems into communities.
Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 25017 on third reading and final passage.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 17. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader Rich, Frizzell, Pelton B., Simpson, Carson, Catlin, Pelton R., Liston, Baisley. With a vote of 25 ayes, 10 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 17 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Michelson Janae, Kipp, Wallace, Winter, Amabile, Henriksen, Weissman, Exum, Gonzalez. Please add the President. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 272.
Senate Bill 272 by Senators Winter and Catlin and Representatives Velasco and Froelich concerning a sales and use tax exemption for construction materials used in creating housing for regional transportation authority staff.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for third reading and final passage, Senate Bill 272.
Further discussion? Seeing none, there is further discussion. Senator Catlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. President, like they taught me way back, don't talk too much, just say good bill. Vote yes.
Very good. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 272. Are there any no votes? I thought for sure that was going to work, Senator Catlin. Mr. Minority Leader, Senators Baisley, Carson, Frizzell, Bright. With a vote of 30 ayes, 5 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 272 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Amabile, Kipp, Michelson Janae, Wallace, Roberts, Mullica, Exum, Bridges, Cutter, Judah, Marchman. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 286.
Senate Bill 286 by Senators Hendrickson and Snyder and Representative Byrd concerning money collected by the state in relation to petroleum products.
Senator Hendrickson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 286 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 286. Are there any no votes? Senators Rich, Baisley, Frizzell, Carson, Pelton R., Bright, Pelton B., with a vote of 28 ayes, 7 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 286 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators, Mr. Majority Leader, to be clear, Mullica, Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 297.
Senate Bill 297 by Senator Ball and Representative Ferre concerning the implementation of Colorado's Natural Medicine Initiative and in connection therewith requiring the Department of Public Health and Environment to collect data and information related to the health effects and other impacts of the use of natural medicine and natural medicine products and making and reducing an appropriation.
The motion is laid for 297 until May 9th. All those in favor? Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 25297 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 297. Are there any no votes? Senators Rich, Baisley, Frizzell, Pelton R., Carson, Bright, Liston, Mr. Minority Leader, Kirkmeyer, Simpson, Pelton B., Catlin, with a vote of 23 ayes, 12 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 297 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Kipp, Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 313.
Senate Bill 313 by Senators Amabile and Bridges and Representatives Byrd and Sirota concerning the permissible uses of state income tax revenue raised in connection with Proposition 123.
Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 25313 on third reading and final passage.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 313. Are there any no votes? Senators Baisley, Liston, Pelton R., Roberts, Carson, Frizzell, Pelton B., with a vote of 28 ayes, 7 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 313 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 314.
Senate Bill 314 by Senators Kirkmeyer and Bridges and Representatives Byrd and Sirota concerning changes to the Recovery Audit Contractor Program and in connection therewith making and reducing an appropriation.
Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 25314 on third and final reading. Ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 314. Are there any no votes? Senator Rich, with a vote of 34 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 314 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Frizzell, Mullica. This is a good one, guys.
Yeah, we audited them. They were out of control.
Mr. Minority Leader,
Passing a bill to fix it. Good grief.
Catlin, Snyder, Mr. Schaffler,
I don't care.
please read the title to Senate Bill 315.
Senate Bill 315 by Senators Bridges and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Byrd and Sirota concerning measures to reinvent post-secondary and workforce readiness programs and in connection therewith making and reducing an appropriation.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 315 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none. The motion is the passage of Senate Bill 315. Are there any no votes? Senator Baisley. Senator Carson. With a vote of 33 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent or excused, Senate Bill 315 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Mullica, Exum. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to House Bill 1062.
House Bill 1062 by Representatives Armagost and Duran and Senators Hendrickson and Pelton B. concerning the penalty for theft of firearms and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Hendrickson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1062 on third reading, final passage, and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none. There is further discussion. Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yesterday, before this bill was going up, I overheard the sponsors talking about this beforehand. They just made a comment and said to one another, are you ready for this? I had to laugh. When they came up to present, this floor was 2/3 empty. It was so loud in here, I sat and tried to hear what they were talking about, couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear what they were talking about. A single aye passed this bill, and on we went. I have gotten, over my time here, literally tens of thousands of emails to my office telling me that there's not a thing that I have done that will do anything to prevent the public health crisis that is gun violence here in the state of Colorado. They call me and tell me that nothing I can do would have saved my son's life that night when he was celebrating his 27th birthday. But I look at this piece of legislation, and the simple threat of a felony conviction will cause the minority party to raise their hand in support of something like this. It will actually get one of them out of their seats to co-sponsor a piece of legislation like this. I'm not disputing the fact that we have stolen and lost firearms in this state. I mean, I actually ran a bill on it to ask simply that you report your lost or stolen firearms, in which over 60% of Coloradans don't do that. Couldn't get a single member of the minority party to agree to that, okay? But the threat here of this happening, and that's the other thing they all tell me, is that, you know what? Criminals don't abide by the law. This one they will, right? They're going to get in, they're going to open that front seat of that car, they're going to see a firearm on there, and they're going to say, oh no, yeah, I'm not taking that. Let me get the phone, let me take the groceries, let me take this jacket. I'm not taking that because they might give me a felony conviction on this. Here in the fiscal note, it doesn't give us any numbers about what the percentage is of lost or stolen firearms that are going to be impacted, the numbers that are going to drop. What it does tell us is that at the end of the year, 28 people will be getting free medical care. And they will get access to that $5 dentist appointment that everybody hates so much. That's what they're going to get from this. 28 of them are going to be going to prison because of this. And as I say, I am not doubting that the numbers. We had 2 individuals, and again, couldn't hear them very properly. They were offended when we called them by their wrong terms, so they spent a lot of their testimony describing who exactly they were with a law enforcement policy. But one of them stood there and just in a uniform read off numbers. And when I asked, 115, this is in Greeley, 115 firearms were stolen one year, 81 were stolen another year. When I had the audacity to ask how they got that number, was told, well, it's not my figures. I don't even work there. But that's what happened. And then after the committee, I get attacked by an individual to tell me how mad law enforcement is that I'm even asking. 353 firearms in Mesa County over 5 years. Yeah, that's a lot. Is that 353 car break-ins? Home invasions where they stole them? One of the people who testified in that committee had told me that he has 50 AR-15s in his home. He's not an anomaly. There's hundreds, probably thousands of Coloradans who have armories somewhere within their household. Did someone like that get knocked off? Because that really will spray the numbers. If 60 out of this 115 is in one theft, wow. We need to be doing something else. We used to see stories about the pawn shops and the gun stores that were getting broken into. They would steal semi-trucks and drive them through the front door and grab all of the guns. I don't see those stories anymore, but is that still what's happening? Because we can figure out how to do something if we move forward with that way. But, quite clearly, I have been missing out on the messaging that it's the threat of felonies that will get this side to want to go along with what we're going to do. So I will spend my summer finding out what these numbers are. And you can believe you don't report your firearm and someone uses it in the commission of a crime, you're going to jail, right? Is that what we want? We want to put people in jail. Let's put them in jail. I'll probably find someone who might want to co-sponsor that one with me. You are irresponsible with the handling of your firearm in your home, and one of your children shoots their mother or shoots another one, someone's going to jail. Because that's what this is what the minority wants to do. That's what will get them to raise their hand when it comes to the public health crisis that is gun violence, is felony charges. Okay, you got a partner in that. I'm going to be a no on this, and I'll be doing all my work this summer. We'll have something else next year. Thank you.
The question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1062. Are there any no votes? Senators Rich, Cutter, Weissman, Judah, Gonzalez, Sullivan, Amabile. With a vote of 28 ayes, 7 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, House Bill 1062 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senators Roberts, Snyder, Mullica, Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1149?
House Bill 1149 by Representatives English and Senator Exum concerning comprehensive sociocultural black history education in public schools and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Exum.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1149 on third reading and final passage.
Is there further discussion? Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Colleagues, I'll just rise and explain my no vote. It comes out of the wonkishness of my policy experience in life. The reality is I support very much the concept of promoting black history, as do I support very much the concept of promoting civics education, as do I support very much the concept of promoting financial literacy and education. However, as a former member of the State Board of Education, somebody who lives in the policy space, there is a method that we walk through to do this that honors the Constitution, honors the structure of how we have chosen to organize ourselves in Colorado. The 178 districts have a responsibility for management of their curriculum. The state, through the State Board of Education, has a responsibility to establish standards that drive forward the principles that we want education to look like in Colorado. That's the statewide issue. So the standards should, and I do believe already, call out for this sort of education. Critically important, we need to do it that way, but it starts to come unhinged when the state of Colorado starts managing curricula, like with regard to financial literacy, civics literacy, et cetera, et cetera. And so that is based on the policy process that we've established and defended for many, many years in the state of Colorado, that I am a no vote on this. Not the underlying issue, content, desire, completely supportive of that, but it's in defense of the process, which I think is very important, that I will be a no vote. Thank you very much. I appreciate the bill sponsors for bringing this and the intent with which they bring it.
Mr. President.
Oh, thank you very much, Madam President. Members, yes, this is a moment of personal privilege and I have a tribute. No, I do not. Shows you how many times I don't come to the well. Thank you very much, Madam President. Members, I asked for an aye vote on this bill, and I'll tell you why. I actually don't disagree with much of what the minority leader said, especially in the sense that this is the kind of policy that should not have to exist in order for us to teach black history in our schools across the state of Colorado. Y'all have heard my story 5 million times, so I'll go quickly. I got kicked out of public schools and I had to go to a juvenile program or a private school when I was in 6th grade. So in 7th grade, I went to a school in my community on a scholarship. It was a very small school. The tuition was about $2,000 a year. And it was the first time from preschool through 6th grade I had been taught black history in school. And unfortunately, it took me to a privatized institution in order to be able to be taught black history in school. It was not an elective that you could opt into. It was a part of the curriculum. And it was the first time also that I had a black teacher. It was the first time that I had a black principal. For me, we hear about African-American history in this country, and we talk about Dr. King, and we talk about Rosa Parks, but nobody ever told me about Senator Gloria Tanner. My grandmother is on 36th and Monaco in Park Hill. She still is. Gloria Tanner was on 22nd and Monaco, right up the street, but I never heard of her. I barely heard of the first black mayor of Denver, who happened to walk into my classroom at that time. And that's how I got civically engaged. That's how I started learning about politics. Was not interested in civics class, was not interested in government 101, but when I found out that you can make an impact in community as an African American in the field of politics, that's when I got engaged. But it took me to go to a private school in order to learn about that, as well as learn about black leaders. And so for me, this is the kind of policy that I do believe that we need here in our state, and creating curriculum, creating standards around making sure that the history is being taught. The last thing I'll say is, I think it's also a shame that we have to have an independent curriculum discussion regarding black history when black history is American history. So, we now are having this conversation because it's not being taught by default. We have to talk about history. And so look, I know there's a lot of political conversation at a national level regarding DEI and regarding conversations specific to ethnic background. But what I will say is I'm very proud to be in this country. I'm proud to be an American in this country. I'm proud to be a part of a country that, as we talk about immigration, we talk about people who were brought to this country against their will. We talk about people who, the same people who were brought to this country against their will, built this country. But the abolition of slavery, now we start talking about an industrial revolution. Because we don't have people who can do the work by their hands, we now have to have machines. We all built this country, but in this case, the conversation about slavery is not discussed in schools in the way that it should be. So for me, I am very grateful to Senator Exum, the good senator from Colorado Springs, I'll find myself. But I'm also very grateful to you all just allowing the conversation. I do ask you, outside of the implementation of the policy, to consider the importance of what this means to a kid like me, the kids that are in our state of Colorado who just want to see themselves in the classroom when we talk about history in our state and in our country. Because a lot of our kids don't feel like they belong, they don't see themselves, they don't see a purpose, they feel like they don't know where they're from. But I'm from Park Hill. I'm from Denver, I'm from Colorado, and I'm from the United States of America. I don't know anything else. But when I look in the history books, I don't see myself. So I'm asking that you please consider voting yes on this bill so that all of our kids can see themselves in America when we talk about history and curriculum being taught in Colorado. Thank you.
Senator Exum.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Mr. President, and thank you from the minority leader. I unfortunately disagree with your no vote, but I respect it. I want to share a few comments, and most of you know me. I've been here for a long, long time, and you hardly ever see me speak in the well at all, and especially on third reading. But I think this is important. I was encouraged during the hearing from the testimony from a number of young people, young African-American kids who were very, very articulate and very, very excited about testifying on the bill. And one that wasn't able to make it was my son, Tony Exum Jr. And I asked him to write down what he would have said, and I want to share that with you real quickly. And this is his words. Black history is essentially a blueprint to the infrastructure and building of this great nation. The accomplishments, the triumphs, the fight, the bloodshed, the perseverance, and the fortitude of Black Americans is unmatched. Not to negate our other American brothers and sisters or ancestors, rather, but the unique experiences is something that can't be denied. As a young man, I had a book called The Negro Almanac. This book had so many facts, stats, stories, and information in regard to our experiences collectively, it empowered me. Because of this book, I knew things that school wouldn't teach. It made me want to be great, educated, accomplished, moral, upstanding, articulate. It reinforced what my parents were already expecting and demonstrating. Imagine the effect it can have on all children in Colorado. This is American history, period. And it needs to be taught, it needs to be told. This is not divisive or polarizing. It's American as apple pie, baseball, and hot dogs. Its fabric is woven into our consciousness of our existence in this world. Black isn't prejudice, it's preservation. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome. I'm just playing with you, man.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You got it, brother.
And I renew my motion to ask for an aye vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1149. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader Rich, Simpson, Frizzell, Pelton B, Bright, Carson, Pelton R, Catlin, Baisley, Liston. With a vote of 24 ayes, 11 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1149 is passed. Co-sponsors, senators, everybody. No, senators, Kip, Michelson Janae, Winter, Judah, Gonzalez, Wallace, Marchman, Cutter, Danielson, Amabile, Doherty, Weissman, Henriksen, Ball, Sullivan, Snyder, Colker, Mullica, Roberts, Rodriguez, the majority leader. Perhaps I should add myself. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title, House Bill 1167.
House Bill 1167 by Representatives Valdez and Martinez and Senator Kipp concerning alternative education campuses and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Kipp.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move HB 25-1167 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1167. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, House Bill 1167 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senator Judah. You can do it. You do the honors. Cutter. Michelson Janae. Winter. Marchman, Wallace, Carson, Henriksen. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 165.
Senate Bill 165 by Senators Pelton B. and Doherty and Representative Lindstedt and Wood concerning electrical work regulated in the state.
Senator Doherty.
I move Senate Bill 165 on third and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 165. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 165 is passed. Co-sponsors: please add Senator Carson as a co-sponsor on 165. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1026.
House Bill 1026 by Representatives Carter and Garcia and Senators Judah and Henriksen concerning procedures related to the provision of health care services to inmates and in connection therewith prohibiting certain co-payments and fees and making and reducing an appropriation.
Senator Judah.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 25-1026 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? There is discussion. Senator Pelton R.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ran an amendment yesterday to have prisons collaborate with local providers, and there was some consideration, some continuing talks. We weren't able to come to an agreement, but commitment to work on it next year. So with that, I'm going to be a no vote with that commitment that let's work on something next year. Thank you.
Further discussion? Man, that was an amazing handshake. Somebody with a camera should have been taking it. I'm just joking. You want to do it again? No? All right. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1026. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader Kirkmeyer, Frizzell, Rich, Pelton B, Simpson, Bright, Carson, Catlin, Baisley, Liston. Any other no votes? Oh, there he is, Pelton R. With a vote of 23 ayes, 12 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1026 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Gonzalez, Kip, Winter, Cutter, Amabile, Snyder, Sullivan, Ball, Weissman. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 48.
Senate Bill 48 by Senators Michelson, Janay, and Mullica, and Representatives Brown and Mabry concerning the Diabetes Prevention and Obesity Treatment Act.
Senator Michelson, Janay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 48 and ask for permission for a third reading amendment.
Please tell us why you want permission for a third reading amendment.
We had to clean up the amendment we made yesterday, and we had to put a date certain in the petition clause for January 1st, 2027.
The motion is Senator Michelson Janay's request for permission to offer a third reading amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and permission is granted. There's a member at the desk. Mr. Schaffler, please read L18 to Senate Bill 48.
Amendment L18, amending gross bill, page 3, line
Senator
24
Michelson
after health.
Janay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Amendment L18 to Senate Bill 48,
To the amendment.
as previously discussed.
Further discussion on L18. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the adoption of L18 to Senate Bill 48. Are there any no votes? Seeing none, with a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, L18 is adopted. Further discussion on the bill. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 48. Are there any no votes? Even with the amendment? All right. Mr. Minority Leader, Senators Kirkmeyer, Rich, Baisley, Pelton R., Carson, Bright, Pelton B. All right. With a vote of 27 ayes, 8 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 48 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senator Amabile. Co-sponsors, Roberts, Exum, Cutter, Weissman, Gonzalez. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to Senate Bill 310. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Having voted on the prevailing side, I move for reconsideration of Senate Bill 48.
The motion is reconsideration of Senate Bill 48. Is this a voice vote? Oh, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and reconsideration is granted. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 48.
Senate Bill 48 by Senators Michelson, Janay, and Mullica, and Representatives Brown and Mabry concerning the Diabetes Prevention and Obesity Treatment Act.
Senator Michelson, Janay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 48 and do not ask for a third reading amendment. Do not.
Any discussion on Senate Bill 48? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 48. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader, Frizzell, Rich, Pelton B, against his will, Bright, Carson, Pelton R, Baisley, Kirkmeyer. With a vote of 26 ayes, 9 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 48 is passed. Co-sponsors, if you didn't already co-sponsor, Henriksen. Yep, got you already. Wallace. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 310.
Senate Bill 310 by Senators Kirkmeyer and Bridges and Representatives Byrd and Taggart concerning the implementation of Proposition 130 and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 25-310 and ask for a third reading amendments.
Senator Kirkmeyer, please tell us why you would like a third reading amendments.
Thank you, Mr. President. The first one is to help clean up an issue for the state treasurer. So it's technical in nature and assist him. And I got it. And the second one is for the Department of Public Safety, who needed some technical cleanups as well.
The motion is Senator Kirkmeyer's request for permission to offer a third reading amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and permission is granted. There is an amendment at the desk. Maybe there are amendments, but the first one. Mr. Schaffler, please read. L004 to Senate Bill 310.
Amendment L004, amending gross bill page 10.
Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Amendment L004.
To the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is for the Department of Public Safety. Just received it this morning, and it's some cleanups and technical changes. Would ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion on L004. Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of L004 to Senate Bill 310. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, L004 is adopted. Further discussion on the bill. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. President. Do we need permission for the next one?
Yes.
I
please.
request permission to run a third reading amendment on Senate
Please
Bill
tell us
310.
why, Senator Bridges.
For technical reasons.
Excellent. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is Senator Bridges' request to offer a third reading, for permission to offer a third reading amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, permission is granted. There's a member of the desk, Mr. Schaffler, please read L003 to Senate Bill 310.
Amendment L003 and
Senator
amending gross
Bridges.
bill page
Thank
19,
you,
line
Mr.
15.
President.
Senator
strike
Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. President. L003 simply allows the treasurer a certain period of time. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. I move L003.
Very good. To the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, when we are transferring $500 million, we don't want to do that all in a single day, because that may not be the best day to free up the resources in our the treasurer's funds to move those over. So we're simply giving about a couple of months for the treasurer to sell securities, unload assets to create the cash that we need to move over to Para in order to get this deal done. So, in the interest of the most efficient use of taxpayer dollars, ask for an aye vote on L003.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of L003 to Senate Bill 310. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, L003 is adopted. Further discussion. Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just renew the motion to for Senate Bill 25-310 and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 310. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 310 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senator, very smart of you as she walks behind your chair. Pelton B. Carson. Catlin. Please add Senator Mullica as the co-sponsor on 310. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1213.
House Bill 1213 by Representatives Ferre and Weinberg and Senators Doherty and Ball concerning changes to the medical assistance program.
Senator Doherty.
Thank you. I move House Bill 1213 and request permission to offer a third reading amendment.
Senator Doherty, please tell us why you want permission for a third reading amendment.
This was based on feedback from the drafter and changes we needed to make due to amendments we ran yesterday, and I would urge an aye vote.
Very good. And who is your drafter? All right, no worries.
We take full responsibility.
No worries. That's perfect. But I hope we know who the drafter is. All right, the motion is for permission to offer a third reading amendment from Senator Doherty. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, permission is granted. As a member of the desk, Mr. Schaffler, please read L13 to 1213.
Amendment L13, amend revised bill, page 3, lines 26, strike
Somebody raise your
3D, I.
hand.
And
Senator
after
Doherty.
3D.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Amendment L13.
To the amendment.
Again, it's a technical amendment fixing some issues from the amendments that we ran yesterday. I urge an aye vote.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of L13 to House Bill 1213. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, L13 is adopted. Further discussion. Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1213. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 0 excused, House Bill 1213 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators Michaels and Janae. Amabile. General orders, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay over general order second reading of bills until tomorrow, May the 1st.
The motion is to lay over general order second reading bills until tomorrow, May the 1st. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and general orders will be laid over to tomorrow, May the 1st. Special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate take up special order second reading bills consent calendar, which includes Senate Bill 306, Senate Bill 309, House Bill 1304, House Bill 1039, House Bill 1083, House Bill 1088, House Bill 1281, House Bill 1293, House Bill 3, and House Bill 1318 at the hour of 10:30 a.m.
The motion is that the Senate take up those bills listed. All special orders considered at the hour of 10:30 a.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it with the one no, and that motion is adopted. The Senate will take up those bills on special orders consent calendar at the hour of 10:30 a.m. Special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar, and Senator Gonzalez will take the chair.
Committee will come to order. The court roll is relaxed for everyone. Mr. Schaffler, will you please read the bills on the special order, second reading of bills consent calendar? Thank you.
Senate Bill 306 by Senators Rodriguez and Kirkmeyer, Representative Lindstedt and Taggart, concerning required performance audits of certain state agencies and in connection therewith requiring the state auditor to conduct or cause to be conducted performance audits of the Air Pollution Control Division and the Division of Labor Standards and Statistics. Senate Bill 309 by Senator Simpson and Representative Brown, concerning authorization for the Legislative Council to approve the placement of nonpartisan legislative fellowships within the Legislative Council staff. House Bill 1304 by Representatives Froelich and Soper and Senator Snyder and Bright, concerning the extension of the restitution deadline for a trial court after an order of conviction enters in a criminal case. House Bill 1039 by Representatives Tutone and Smith and Senators Robertson Catlin, concerning muffler requirements for commercial vehicles. House Bill 1083 by Representatives Hamrick and Bradfield and Senators Frizzell and Michelson Janae, concerning vehicle transactions for deployed military families. House Bill 1088 by Representatives McCormick and Brown and Senators Baisley and Mullica, concerning costs associated with the provision of ground ambulance services and in connection therewith making an appropriation. House Bill 1281 by Representatives Lindstedt and Sukla and Senators Hendrickson and Pelton B, concerning K vehicles. House Bill 1293 by Representatives Jackson and Puglisi and Senators Pelton B and Snyder, concerning measures related to overdose prevention for students. House Bill 1318 by Representatives McCormick and Soper and Senators Robertson Catlin, concerning an appropriation for species conservation trust fund projects.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the Senate pass all the bills on special order second reading of bills and the accompanying committee reports, which are Senate Bill 306 in the Finance Report, Senate Bill 309, House Bill 1304, House Bill 1039, House Bill 1083, House Bill 1088, House Bill 1281, House Bill 1293 in the Education Report, and House Bill 1318.
Is there any discussion on any of the committee reports? Seeing none, the motion before, is there any discussion on any of the bills? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all of the bills on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. I apologize. I withdraw that initial request for a vote because I did not move that we adopt all of the committee reports on the special orders second reading of bills consent calendar. And so I will now move, the motion is the adoption of the special order second reading of bills consent calendars committee reports. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Those committee reports are adopted. And now, any discussion on any of the bills? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of all of the bills on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Those bills are also adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. We will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. It took me longer to make the motions than it did for Mr. Schaffler to read the report. With that, Mr. Schaffler, can you please read the report?
April 30th, 2025. Madam President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 306, as amended. Senate Bill 309, passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed in the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1304, House Bill 1039, House Bill 1083, House Bill 1088, House Bill 1281, House Bill 1293, as amended. House Bill 1318, passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the report.
You have heard the motion. The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 25306 as amended, Senate Bill 25309 passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 251304, House Bill 251039, House Bill 251083, House Bill 251088, House Bill 251281, House Bill 251293 as amended, House Bill 251318 passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Governor's appointments? Governor's appointments. Consent calendar.
Mr. Schaffler, please.
Oh, yes. Mr. Schaffler, please read all of the appointments listed on the consent calendar.
Members of the State Board of Parole, effective January 1st, 2025, for a term expiring June 30th, 2026, Rodrigo Lavano of Henderson, Colorado, to serve as a citizen member occasioned by the resignation of Dr. Lakeisha Sharp of Denver, Colorado, appointed. Effective December 9th, 2024, for terms expiring June 30th, 2027, Ronald Leonard of Arvada, Colorado, to serve as a member of law enforcement occasioned by the resignation of Justin Hall of Pueblo, Colorado, appointed. Stephen Holmes of Grand Junction, Colorado, to serve as a citizen member, reappointed. Jeffrey Dick of Littleton, Colorado, to serve as a citizen member, appointed. Effective July 1st, 2025, for terms expiring June 30th, 2028, Randy Moore of Centennial, Colorado, to serve as chair, reappointed. Courtney Williams of Aurora, Colorado, to serve as a citizen member, reappointed.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the confirmation of Tricia Canonico as a member of the Front Range Rail. Oh.
We're on consent. Sorry. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Sorry.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the adoption of all the appointments in the consideration of government appointment consent calendar, which is Rodrigo Lueviano of Henderson, Ronald Leonard of Arvada, Stephen Holmes of Grand Junction, Jeffrey Dick of Littleton, Randy Moore of Centennial, Courtney Williams of Aurora for the State Board of Parole.
Is there any discussion? The motion is the confirmation of all the appointments on the consent calendar. Are there any no votes on the consent calendar? With the vote of 35 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, and 0 excused, those appointments are confirmed. Governor's appointments. Consideration of governor's appointments. Mr. Schaffler, will you please read the appointment to the Front Range Passenger Rail District Board of Directors?
Member of the Front Range Passenger Rail District Board of Directors, Tricia Canonico, representing the North Front Range Metropolitan Planning Organization, appointed on May 5th, 2022, to a term expiring on December 31st, 2025.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the confirmation of Tricia Canonico as a member of the Front Range Passenger Rail District Board of Directors.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the confirmation of the governor's appointments to the Front Range Passenger Rail District Board of Directors. Are there any no votes? Senators Pelton B. With a vote of 34 aye, 1 no, 0 absent, and 0 excused, the appointment is confirmed. Mr. Majority Leader. Announcements. Announcements. Hold on. 1 second. Delivery to the governor.
To the governor for signature on Tuesday, April 29, 2025 at 4:15 p.m. Senate Bill 6, 35, 55, 146, 149, 228, and 270.
Announcements. Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Madam President. We will be having appropriations tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. across the street, and we will be getting you all a list of the bills in the next couple hours. And look forward to seeing you all there.
Senator Gonzalez.
Colleagues, the Senate Judiciary Committee will meet this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. in the Old Supreme Court to discuss, first up in our calendar, House Bill 1171, followed by House Bill 1312. Thank you.
Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Education Committee will meet at 1:30 and 3:57. We are hearing 4 bills, 1320, 1192, 1278, and 1038.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Members, today is a day where there's a lot of transgender folks in the Capitol, and I wanted to draw attention that there's been a transgender woman, Jax Granton, that's been missing for 12 days. Jax is an amazing hairdresser, the kind of stylist people go to at a low feeling and feel really good about in the end. She's an amazing friend with many connections going back decades to her time at Rainbow Alley and other queer youth spaces. Jax is a loving cat parent. To say she's loved is an understatement. She's adored by her mom, her friends, and so many in her community. And now she's been missing. Jax has been missing for almost 15 days. Also, as a proud member of the trans community, we know she's more at risk. She's likely to be targeted by people. She's likely to feel alone and afraid. We want to bring Jax Granton home, help find her, speak her name, share her family's poster. I'll have the posters later today. Jax needs to be back where she's loved and safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Further announcements. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, we will be recessing until later in the day to read bills across the desk, so no need to return. On that, Mr. President, Madam President, I move the Senate recess. Faith, T&E.
Okay. Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam President. Transportation and Energy will be meeting at 1:30. We have several appointments to Front Range Passenger Rail and 2 bills before us. Also, do not forget that we have a different room. We are meeting in the small committee room in the very back of the hallway because the other rooms are being used for overfill. So, small room, back of the committee hallway, 2 bills and appointments to Front Range Passenger Rail. See you there.
Senator Mullica.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, Senate Health and Human Services will be meeting 15 minutes upon adjournment in the old Supreme Court to hear House Bill 1146, House Bill 1316, House Bill 1271, and House Bill 1188.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Second verse, same as the first. Colleagues, we will be recessing to read bills across the desk later. No need to return. Madam President, I move the Senate recess until 11:30 a.m. today.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Senate will stand in recess until 11:30 today.